Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you the deck profile of the day. This is for Josh's green-blue-red / mono-blue Alice Saint build, so let's just jump right in. Alice, the girl in the looking glass, is our ruler. You pay blue and one colorless to deactivate, and you can tap her to search for Deep Blue the Phantom board, which is her regalia, and put it into your hand. She flips over to this version, flips over to Alice, the Saint of Healing. She's a 400 strength, 1500 strength bishop is her card type. You can pay 2 of any color. Sorry, hard to read because of the stamp. Pay 2 of any color to give a resonator plus 1000 defense until the end of the turn. And you can tap her to prevent a resonator from being able to be targeted by spells or abilities until the end of the turn. So very defensive. And then her God's Art is paid 2 a blue and a green, and you can anything you control, so J/resonators you control, are untargetable until the end of the turn, and you draw 3 cards. So she replenishes your hand and protects everything from being targeted for the whole turn. So very, very powerful way to just kind of recur if you're in a control kind of situation. Stone lineup is 9 Water Stones and a Mooj Dart. The Mooj Dart will come into play in terms of manipulating people's types to be able to spot remove and stuff like that with some of the cards you're going to see. Regalia, we play 4 Deep Blue. This helps turn your mono blue stones into the other colors, so green and red. And you can also pay 2 and tap it to search for a soldier resonator, and if you control Alice, so if she's your ruler or your J ruler, you can just put it into the field for free instead. So you can kind of quickly recur creatures, and you can discard another copy of it while you control it to produce red, blue, or green will. Then we run Gleipnir to help kind of force blocks and stuff like that, as well as being able to have more draw power for the deck. And then 1 Horn of the Sacred Beast, simply for the ability to be able to shuffle back in graveyards if you need to. So you play it, recur all your own soldiers and stuff like that, and put it back in. So that's the interesting thing about this deck. This deck definitely plays for the long haul. It kind of revolves around the soldiers, and it wants to keep using them as much as it can. So resonator lineup: 1 Alice's Little Assault Force, 3/3 soldier. You can banish it to burn target player for 200 damage, or resonator. 4 Alice's Little Scout. When Alice's Little Scout gets destroyed, you draw a card. So really quick, kind of one chump blocks that also let you draw cards. They still aren't back to me from Japan, but we do run 4 Cheshire Cats for more draw power and to be able to chump block. 4 Alice's Little Guardians. These guys are great because you can just banish 1 to prevent the damage from any resonator that's going to be dealt to either a resonator or to you, so really good. One thing to note, real quick, I just thought about it. Banishing this to the grave is part of its cost, so this actually gets shuffled back into the deck as well every time you use it. So you can kind of never run out of cards as long as you see this. 2 1-inch boys. With the defense boost from Alice, it becomes pretty much a guaranteed way to kill everything, because if it does that 100 damage, it's going to die, and then with the extra 1000 defense, it's pretty hard to kill him too. So spot removal there. Some spot removal from Lunya. She is a 500/700. When she enters the field, destroy target Cthulhu, and then whenever a resonator hits the graveyard from your side of the field, you can recover her. So this is also one of the win cons. You put her on the board with a bunch of different soldiers, particularly like the Guardians and stuff like that. You swing in with her, they go to block or something, you banish Guardian to untap her, to give her protection, and then untap her and swing in again. And you can kind of swing in multiple times with her as long as you have all those different soldiers to use. Then for some ramp and more protection, we run 4 Feasting the Magus of Holy Wind, as well as extra will protection if we can't see that deep blue. Very, very good card and can put in some good damage. And then we close it out with a Scheherazade, the Teller of the Crimson Moon. Wanderer, 1000 strength, 1200 strength. Enter, you choose a race. Your opponent's resonators of that, or anything your opponent controls of that race, cannot attack you, the player. They can attack resonators, they just can't attack you, the player, as long as she's on the field. And you can pay 2 green and 3 of any color and tap her to remove from game any resonator on the field. It is a misprint. It was mistranslated. There is the extra 3 cost in there. Even though you see it on the card, it only says 2. It does cost 5 to use that effect. Moving on to the spell lineup. 2 Crime and Punishment. Really great trick. You can crash in a scout or something like that, draw the card, and then Crime and Punishment the dude that you crashed into and getting to kill it. 2 Glimpse of Kaguya to be able to control kind of regalia effects a lot, as well as being able to draw cards and canceling stuff. You can also cancel a God's Art with this, which is really interesting, because if they do God's Art and you cancel it, they can't activate God's Art again, so you can just nullify the whole God's Art. 2 Zeeks for canceling spells or summons, and then 3 Blessings of Yggdrasil to help you grab that Mood Start if you haven't seen it yet. So there you go, guys. That is the list. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below, what you would change. If you would run this deck, or if you'd run a different version of Saint, I'd love to hear about it. Sorry this list came up so late. Things just got crazy yesterday with the ARG. But you can also see those on my channel. The entire stream has been posted onto my channel in a 5-part series. So go ahead and check that out. And as always, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, this is DMO73 signing off.